obviously this weekend as well is a very special game for Adare. They're in All-Ireland Camogie quarter final action against Tara from London. They're on their way to Ruislip on Saturday. Just a huge game for Adare, Matt. Obviously, we don't know much about the opposition, but it's really novel for a team to not only play in an All-Ireland series, but to play a team from London and be able to travel over. That game is on at 12 o'clock in McGovern Park. But Adare have shown thus far that they're well capable of going all the way, and they'll back themselves in this, no doubt.
Yeah, but novel in the sense, Jack, that it's another opportunity for Adare and the rise of Adare Camogie to take another giant step forward. Junior champions of Limerick in 2021, intermediate champions in 2022, Munster junior champions in 2022. Like the world is their oyster at this stage. Now, logistically, it poses a problem having to get to London, and now the game is on at 12 o'clock on Saturday in Ruislip, which is the GA headquarters in London, and I fancy Adare on this now. I've done a little research in Tara, who are their opponents. Now the research didn't tell me very much, other than that they beat Thomas McCurtains in the All Britain final, and that there's just one thing about it, Jack, that struck me when I was looking at the composition of the Tara squad. Now it includes Claire Enright from Granaballangary, won a county senior medal with Granaballangary, represented Limerick at underage. She's likely to be lining out at full back. She's the only Limerick representative on the squad that I saw. But the squad is drawn mainly, Jack, which is something for Adare to look out for. They're drawn mainly from players from Kilkenny, Galway, Cork, Wexford. Top camogie counties in this country. So you don't know of what standard. None of the names stick out to me, except Claire Enright. You don't know what standard they would have attained before they left here. But it's safe to say that players from those counties, Jack, will be well equipped to play camogie.
That obviously, there is competitive divisions over in England, but like this will be all about Adare for us anyway.
Yeah, all about Adare for us. Having said that, even though Adare maybe without the services of Ashton Connolly, who would be a big loss at full forward, I fancy Adare to come through it. And then they'll face an All-Ireland semi-final against the Ulster champions. But a little sideshow to it, and she's never a sideshow. She's the centrepiece when Limerick or Adare Camogie, Limerick or Adare are playing camogie. Cueva Costello, of course, Cueva will be very, very central in that game against Tara. But after the quarterfinal, she'll be making a mad dash back to Croke Park or back to Dublin for the Camogie All-Stars on Saturday night. And we wish Cueva the very, very best of luck. If anybody ever deserved an All-Star, Jack, Cueva Costello deserves it. And
it'll be...
If she doesn't get it, Jack, don't dare draw down Camogie All-Stars next week.
I won't. But yeah, Cueva was phenomenal for Limerick, and she's carried that form into Adare, and not carried it there, but she's one of the central players, and it'd be a wonderful day if you could win in London and then win an All-Star. And from my limited knowledge of Tara, I think Adare have a brilliant chance. They're such a strong team, and we had said at the start of the intermediate championship that we thought they'd be one of the front runners, and they proved that they won. They beat Croke in the final, and then they beat Pricky Rangers in Munster, and now they're on their way to London. So the best of luck to.
What I see about it is there's another point I make, and I think I made it last week in passing, Jack. They beat Pricky Rangers in the Munster final, and they beat him by 4 points. It was a very, very comfortable 4 points victory, Jack. They dominated that for long periods without putting Bricky Rangers away. Now, if they can cultivate that when they have teams on the back foot to just go that extra bit and put them away, then I think we're in for a long run to Christmas with Adare. You know,
Yeah,
I think
please God.
I honestly believe that they have that potential, because we saw the Limerick minor team for 2023 was named the week before last, and 4 of the Adare starting team are on it. You had Amy Mullins, you had Ciara Griffin, you had Ciara Dunn, who were absolutely outstanding in the Munster final, and Poppy Giltinan, who was player of the match in the Munster final. And I'm only saying that, Jack, you know, to highlight that what you have, the experience and the youth running through the team. If you had a paragon for what should be the perfect blend of experience and youth and experience, I think this Adare team has it. Because like the like of the Grace McNamara, Sophie O'Callaghan, Caoimhe Costellos, Lauren Ryan, who's better known probably as a Limerick footballer, but who's playing fantastic stuff at the moment with the Camogie team. You have the like of these girls who will provide the inspiration for what are very, very, very talented, Jack, young players.
Yeah, they have a very, very talented squad, and the best luck to Adare this weekend.